What's up, my folks? What are you doing? Have a good night. I hope you're doing well. This is a quick one. I photo something. I say, hey, let me share this that I remember now before I forget it again. For the people that are learning about dogs, how to keep them healthy, how to keep them right. Remember that fat is very important for the dog. Unlike for us, that we try to avoid eating fat. For the dogs, that's what you should give them. If you have, like, for example, if you're eating a steak and this piece of fat, put it aside, set it aside, and give it to the dog. Or if you're cooking chicken and your wife is the type that removes the skin from the chicken breast or the chicken leg, the chicken quarter, tell them, yo, set that aside. I'm gonna give it to the dogs. Don't give them all at once. If you have a lot, you gotta be, rational, and see how. Because if you give them too much, you're gonna shed it. You're gonna use diarrhea of that, and give it to them so that that is something essential to the diet of a dog. A lot of people don't see it that way. They see it, oh, let's give them meat, 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 meat. Yes, meat is great. Meat is great, especially as a puppy. Meat gives, feeds the brain. So the more meat the dog eats, the brain is going to develop more. I mean, just by the nutritional side of that. Obviously you have to develop the brain. Otherwise, you have to stimulate the brain so that whatever nutrition it has, can be stimulated into more brain connections. But fat really it's basically something that a lot of people forget that is more essential to them than to human beings. So you really need to put that as an extra. Like I said, I've said to people, pitbulls, dogs that you're going to have them as an active animal, give them 20% of fat in their diet. 20% of, and I say fat. People say, oh, any fat is good. No, try to make it animal fat, animal natural fat. Okay, because there's people that try to go all the ways to get that fat content or all the different type of nutrients. For these dogs, the best type of sources for all those nutrients is animal sources. Okay, so if you're looking to keep a healthy animal, a happy animal, an animal that really, fat will always be a source of taste for things. You have to make sure that you add fat, even if you just feed them kibble. All right, try to, once in a while, man. First try to find the best kibble quality, not money wise, because don't get confused between what's most expensive and what's best quality. Because you could find the best quality that's not the most expensive, but because the other the lower quality brand is also the most advertised, is more expensive. So sometimes they get confused. So you really have to learn how to read like a dog food label. So that way you're looking at the label, not the packaging, beautiful, oh, shiny, blah blah blah. Look at the back, the ingredient list. Go back and see the nutritional aspect. What's what, how many percentages. More. I would say more. The ingredient list is the most important part of the entire bag. So you really, guys, have to look at the ingredient list and understand what you're reading. What's the difference between a beef or chicken, or and what's beef meal and chicken meal. What's the difference between the two? Or, what's the importance of having, certain items? Because I'm going to say it here. When you're looking at the ingredient list, the ingredient list is is sorted by weight in that kibble. So the most used ingredient is going to be listed first, and then in that order. Basically whatever is most used is going to be in that order. So you have to keep that in mind. But here's the tricky part. In the when you look at an ingredient, you see beef as the first ingredient. They're trying to trick you because they're weighing these ingredients first as just raw. So before they process the animal, before they process the source, they're going to remove the water. So you have to be careful, because if they weigh beef before beef meal, well, anyway, I just saw something, I got confused. I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna go check something out. Let's see what's going on. But meals are better than regular beef. Beef meal is better because they remove all the water content from it. So you really have to better choose the meals, because obviously with they weighing it before they remove the water content, they're going to weigh more than the actual meal that is the product after removing the water content. So it just makes sense. Anyway, I got distracted. I got to go check something out from work. So I'm gonna leave it like this, and I hope you appreciate it. Thanks.